Good morning, it's Barbara. It is chilly outside. It was in the teens an hour ago, so it's warming up. The sun is, I guess, warming up. It did a pretty good job on the driveway. I'll go show you. So we did come out and shovel yesterday, and there's our driveway. What do you think? We did a pretty good job, but I have to say, it was way easier than we expected. The snow was light and had done some drifting. So Dennis worked for about an hour and I worked for about a half an hour and we got it cleared. And then we salted with the salt I bought and voila. Kim has come and taken her mother away. She's going to have lunch with her cousins and that'll be fun. She wasn't feeling so enthusiastic. Her legs are giving her trouble these days, but she needs to get out of the house. So she's gone. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. So Kim has come and taken her mother away. So Aura is out of the house. She's wearing my coat because the last time she went, she left her coat there. It was much, much milder at the time. So I'm like, you better be bringing 2 coats back. I did pull my hats off of that shelf, and I have to say I was surprised at how few hats I have on that shelf. Now, I have hats, but Aura just left with a hat, and that was the hat that I made her quite a few years ago. Somewhere, and I don't know where it is, I have a hat that I made Garland. I took it back, but I don't know where it is. So I have 3 cowls here and 5 or 6 hats. So I will show you. This was a very, very, very unsuccessful hat. This is a hat I made with alpaca that I spun, and this is 100% alpaca. And so, hey you, snowy nose, can't see her snowy nose, alpaca, and I have warned people about making hats out of alpaca, but it occurred to me today because it has it just sits on your head and good luck. But that it's actually quite comfortable and will be a very good indoor hat, but a little piece of wind and it goes. So I don't recommend 100% alpaca for hats, by the way, and I have no idea what the patterns are, so I don't know why I'm showing you my hats. This hat broke my heart. I got it down to wear the other day and it broke my heart. This is a woolly wormhead hat pattern that I love the hat. I hated knitting it for the most part, or for quite a while, but I had a beautiful butterfly button on it, ceramic button made by Nancy the Round Rabbit, and I took it down to wear it the other day and the button is broken. Now I fling this up on top of that shelf and undoubtedly it bumped into the wall and broke. So if I got up on a stool and looked on top of that shelf, I'd probably find pieces of my beautiful button. So I need to find another button. But this hat was very annoying to knit. You knit the brim like a tube. And then you pick up your stitches and you knit up with this pattern. And knitting that pattern from the picked up stitches for that first section was very, very annoying, and after that it was fine. But this is a woolly worm head. But I don't remember the name of the pattern. This is a terrible thing to do. I don't know the name of the pattern. The yarn, I'm not sure about the yarn either. Is it possible that this is my yarn? No, probably not. Maybe. This is my yarn. This is a beehive hat. I've shown you this before. This is really, really warm. These bumps are Juanita's hand spun, and these dents are my hand spun. And this hand spun is from a Romney fleece, my first fleece I ever bought. I bought it at Maryland Sheep and Wool, and people helped me pick it out, and I didn't think that I could really process a whole fleece by myself, so I was recommended to this mill that had a booth at Maryland, and I went there, and people were helping me take the veg matter out and telling me how lovely the fleece was, and oh, they were so excited for me for my first fleece. And I took about a pound of the fleece home with me just to, you know, process it by myself and learn how to do that and spin it. And I sent it off to the mill. This was 7 years ago, perhaps, maybe 8. Never got I was supposed to get pencil roving. Never got it. That mill it was run by a woman. I think it was a very small operation. Apparently she had some health issues. You know, periodically over the first 4 years that she had this, she would contact me and explain why she hadn't done my wool yet. And then she contacted me maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, apologizing. I think she had some terrible health issue. Apologizing and that if I would just pay for the shipping to have the roving sent back, she wouldn't charge me for the processing. And I haven't heard from her since. So I said, sure, that would be fine. Haven't heard from her since. So I got 1 pound of my first fleece, and that's it. That's my yarn. That's what I did with it. This hat ended up to be too big, but this was, you know, unprocessed wool. So I just threw it in the washing machine and felted it for a little bit, and it shrank just enough. I mean, it's not tight, but it fits me pretty well to really cover my forehead and my ears. And it's very, very warm. So thank you, Juanita. So this is a combo of me and Juanita. Juanita was at our Zoom call this month. That was fun. And, but as I was gathering, I have more hats. I'll show them tomorrow because this is enough already. But, and then I have made Dennis 3 hats, one of which we can't find, which is too bad because that was the one he bought. He paid for the cashmere, and I made him a very yummy hat that he wore all the time, but somehow it's gone missing. It's not on the shelf. But he has 2 other hats, a light hat and a Musselburgh hat. And he wears the Musselburgh hat a lot. That's his warm hat, and he's been needing his warm hat lately. But, you know, I was looking at the number of hats that are my hats, and I have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sitting here. One of them was Zora's. So 4 hats, and plus these 2 that I've shown you. Oh, these 3. This was sad. I made this for my mother. She's like, can you tighten that up? I'm like, well, not really. I'll make you another one, which I did. So anyway, considering how much I have been knitting over the last 10 and a half years. Oh, 11. I think I first got on Ravelry in the beginning of February, so it's 11 years I've been knitting, because I started knitting when Jason and Allison were pregnant with Isabel, and Isabel turned 10 in August. So anyway, considering how long I've been knitting, but hats are the main thing that I've given away, that I've knitted for other people and given away. I like knitting hats. They're a really great project. You know, they're easy. You can do cool things with them. But I always felt like I don't really need a lot of hats, you know. And so I didn't make a lot of hats for myself. But I have made 3, 4, 5 Musselburgh hats. And 3 of them are in this house now because I made one for Aura. And I've made my kids' hats. I made hats for Christmas presents. I made hats for friends. You know, so I like knitting hats, and I have given them away. So I have this idea. I made a lot of hats, but in fact, I don't own a lot of hats. So hats was one of the things on my list that I thought maybe I'll start knitting, but I haven't finished my headband hat yet, which I really want to do. So maybe I'll bite the bullet today and look for a needle. I think I just need a size 4 needle that I can do magic loop with. And I'm quite sure I have one of those upstairs. So maybe I just need to go upstairs because I need to go in my room anyway because I've got to find my yarn that I'm going to make my leg warmers with. Because I am going to make leg warmers. And Jamie sent me links to 2 leg warmer patterns, so I'm going to check those out and see. They were free patterns that she recommended, so I'm going to check those out and see what size yarn. There's no reason for me to do fingering other than the fact that I have a lot of fingering yarn. But I can always hold it double, and voila, double knit. So, yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll hold it double with like a bear and use my advents and make striped leg warmers. That would be fun. I'll check out these patterns and see what they say. So I'm not giving up on that, and I have to rummage around in my room. I have to go get my laptop. It's still up there from when I was zooming. And do that. Now I forget what the other reason I was going to go up in my room. Oh, to get my needle for my hat. This is the problem. I'll get up there and I'll be like, oh, yarn, ooh, and then yeah. So, anyway, that's it. Little adventure into hats. I think I will keep this hat on until I go out, and then I'll change it to my Musselburgh hat, which is my warm hat, because it's still chilly outside. We are finally taking the dogs for a walk. We haven't walked the dogs since Thursday. They've been out in the backyard playing because of the, you know, they don't clean the parking lot and the entrance to the park very well, and sometimes we get stuck. So, but we're going to go today and see how it works out. The dogs need their walk. They are getting a little rammy, so it'll be good. Meanwhile, I'm going to just put her here. Aura's gone. We'll, yeah, I don't expect her back till maybe 3, probably 3:30. And she won't be hungry when she comes home because they're going to go have lunch. So we will go walk the dogs while she's gone and just put her around the house as per usual. We don't really do anything different when she's not here, so no big news there. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.